Achilles repair surgery within 24 hours of an Achilles tendon rupture. Is this the future standard of the NBA? Jayson Tatum returned to the court on March 6, 2026, only 10 months after catastrophically and heartbreakingly rupturing his Achilles in the 2025 Eastern Conference Finals. So how did Tatum do it? How was he able to come back so fast? All eyes are on him and his recovery because this could really set the standard for NBA players in the future. In his comeback, he dropped a pretty good stat line, all things considered, including getting 12 rebounds, which showcase some of his jumping ability and ability to body up people, and making some cool drives to the basket, showing his explosive power and strength. So how did Tatum do it? How was he able to come back so fast? So in this video, we'll look into three things. In part one, we'll investigate the actual surgery that Tatum went through and how this set the foundation for him to be able to recover faster in the future. In part two, we'll look at his recovery timeline so that you get an idea of how quickly athletes recover to different physical and athletic capabilities. And in part three, we'll look at the workout routine and regimen that Jayson Tatum used, highlighted by his own YouTube videos and some articles that I found. Hi, my name is Mayank, and I'm an NASM certified personal trainer who loves sports and loves investigating injury prevention techniques and insights and sharing them with people so that they can stay injury-free, active, and continuing to do what they love to do. If this speaks to you, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost a thing, and you'll have a lot of great content on its way in the future. So ready? Let's jump on in. So how did Tatum come back so quickly? Well, first and foremost, it seems luck was on his side. Tatum ruptured his Achilles at Madison Square Garden in New York City. And it just happened to be that his doctor, Dr. Martin O'Malley, was in New York at the same time. So he was able to get his surgery within 24 hours of the injury, which seemingly isn't that common. But according to Dr. O'Malley, and I quote, "There's pretty strong data that if you do Achilles surgery within 24 hours of injury, patients have better outcomes." Basically, it seems if you do it within 24 hours, you can preserve certain things around the tendon that makes the surgery and recovery process better and more effective. So who knows where Tatum would have been if he got injured literally anywhere else in the country. Now, obviously, luck is not the only factor. Cutting edge surgical techniques and technologies make a big difference as well. Tatum's Achilles was repaired using a special Achilles speed bridge repair, basically a minimally invasive technique that's been used for about a decade, and it's designed to provide a stronger repair of the Achilles so that patients can begin rehab and weight bearing faster than they used to be able to. What makes this technique innovative is that unlike other repair techniques in the past that only have a single point of compression on the tendon, this one has a 4-anchor construct that allows more area of compression between the Achilles tendon on the calcaneus, which is the heel bone, basically improving stability and allows athletes to get back to sport faster. Tatum didn't immediately start bearing weight based on his own recovery videos, probably because he had recommendations from his medical staff to take other considerations into account, but it seems that this type of surgery did help him get to that stage a lot quicker. Luck and cutting-edge technology aside, it takes a lot of hard work, grit, and determination to get back to NBA-level conditioning. Supported by Nick Sang, the Boston Celtics physical therapist and athletic trainer, Tatum started a long journey. The journey began with struggles that are humbling for anyone, let alone an NBA player. Having to scoot up and down steps, having people help you get up, and having to use lifts in a loading dock. All very humbling experiences, right? But things slowly progressed positively for Tatum. Here is what his timeline looked like. In the first 4 weeks, the main focus was to make sure that his surgical incision was clear and free of infection and that it was healing correctly. Then about 6 weeks or 45 days after his surgery, Tatum was given the clearance to start loading weight on his operated foot in a standing position. 76 days after surgery, he was able to slowly walk around with a boot on and without crutches. And then by day 101, as you can see here, he was doing these bike ellipticals with his trainer. And then around day 117, or around 4 months, he was balancing on his operated foot and doing basic dribbling drills. And at day 133, we learned that he had been walking around normally for the previous 8 weeks and was priming to get back on the court. And finally, the big one, at day 154, he was finally dunking a basketball again. Naturally, this progression required a lot of hard work and dedication. If you watch his video, The Quiet Work, Chapter 3, you'll see that his recovery progressed from really small movements to progressively more intense movements. So he started by moving his toes, learning how to curl his toes again, then did some resistance band assisted calf activation, then did some electrical stimulation that stimulated the nerves that activate the calf muscle, trying to reteach those muscles how to fire properly. Then he gradually progressed to general hip and leg strengthening, did some work in the swimming pool to get some strength and range of motion back, and then had a gradual return to standing, weight bearing, and beginning strengthening and balance exercises before moving on to those important basketball techniques and capabilities like plyometrics, like jumping and explosive movements like that. One really important thing that I want to mention that I thought was really cool is a quote from Tatum's doctor in September 2025. He said, and I quote, "I don't think I've seen a person's calf look as strong as his. At 6 or 8 weeks, he was doing double heel rises. He worked his calf so hard that the side effect of loss of strength, I don't think he's going to have any." So clearly, Tatum was on the right track from the beginning. So it's exciting to see where he'll go. Obviously, his recovery videos on YouTube don't show everything he did, but they do highlight how progressive this journey is and that athletes should mentally prepare for it. But also, on the bright side, it shows that as long as you keep working and making progress, there is light at the end of the tunnel. It might feel hopeless when you're starting out on crutches and a boot and having people carry you or help you with basic tasks, but within a few months, you'll be back to walking, jumping, and thriving. At the end of the day, what makes this so exciting is that Tatum's injury recovery has the potential to be unprecedented. If Tatum is able to come back to his peak performance and usual self by next season, or even these 2026 playoffs, it'll be a really good story and a process that pretty much the rest of the league will try to replicate for this type of injury. Or it could be that Tatum is just a beast and he's genetically gifted and worked really hard to get where he is today. In any case, Tatum is my favorite player in the league right now. And I, for one, can't wait to see what he does and proves to the league. Maybe even with the Celtics championship this year. I don't know, maybe. But anyways, it's about time to wrap up this video. I really hope you enjoyed this analysis. Please like and subscribe if you did. And leave comments with your thoughts. Are you excited for Tatum's journey? Do you think this has the opportunity to set the standard for the NBA in the future? I'd love to hear your thoughts. For now, take care, be well, be fit, and I'll talk to you later.